I have a question about the story within the story type of movies like the Lego movie, as you mentioned. How do you structure such a story without audience giving up on the story, going, this is the story. There's no. How would you structure it without really losing the audience and losing the tension?
Why would you? Why do you think that the story within a story would lose interest or tension?
Some people argue that once we reveal that this is just a fairy tale or the story that the kid is making up, then audience would lose the tension, going, well, anything can happen, and that's how they.
I don't know. I don't think what you're asking is real.
Huh.
I don't think it's a problem. I mean, I think you're making it into a problem. Maybe some people didn't like the movie. I don't know, and they were looking for reasons not to. But when it's revealed that what we've been watching is a fantasy in the kid's imagination,
right?
The relationship within the fantasy is a father-son relationship, a king's whatever, and you realize that the father is the villain in the piece,
right?
And that the father is the characters in the fantasy. The father, especially, of course, is an anal retentive, compulsive. What's the phrase? Neat freak.
Right.
And so you realize that Jesus, instead of losing interest, it accelerates the interest as you realize that this isn't a fantasy, it's a metaphor for this kid's life.
Right.
And he and his father have to come to terms in ways that, on the real plane, in ways that actually matter, not in a fantasy. So in fact, I would think that the reveal of the story within the story in Lego is accelerates your involvement. It certainly did mine. And there's many stories within stories. I mean, you'll see in Casablanca when they flash back. But whenever you flash back, you're putting a story within a story.
I see.
Right? That's what a flashback is. It's a story within a story. So you handle it in the way you would handle anything that you're doing for the same principles. You have to engage their interest. You have to hold their interest. When you shift from one reality to another, you've got to amplify their interest, in fact, and make them understand that the risk and the value at stake is even greater than they thought it was. Whatever.
Oh, I see.
So I'm just fumbling here a bit because your question doesn't make sense to me. Your question implies that if you put a story within a story, you risk losing an audience's interest.
Yeah, the people who watched the film and reacted it that way. I didn't personally, but when they revealed that the Emmett is actually a toy in the real life, and then when Emmett goes back to the animated world, they said, well, I don't care about the story anymore because it's just the imagination. It's the...
Wow. Emmett is a metaphor for the kid.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Look, when two intelligent, sensitive people watch the same film and have two opposite reactions, it's not the film. It's empathy. The person who enjoyed it was in empathy throughout the story,
right,
and they were involved. The person who did not enjoy it was not in empathy, and now they're looking for reasons to explain why they don't enjoy it. Okay? But it's not the film's fault, necessarily.
Right. Yeah.
It's just that one had empathy, the other didn't have empathy. And so I would think Lego Movie was very well told.
Oh, great. Oh, good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.